This is my P2 presentation for McDonald's and Btec College. So I'll talk about the legal and then I'll follow on with the ethical issues of the actual businesses. So firstly, talk about Sex Discrimination Act. So what actually is it? It's the act that makes it unlawful to treat women or men less favourably in employment, training, related matters, education and provision of goods, facilities and services on the grounds of their gender or marriage. So for Btec it means teachers of any form of staff have an equal chance of getting a job at the college, and it stops the college in many ways from advertising for specific genders, saying seeking male teacher, unless there's due grounds for that, such as seeking male resident tutor for all boys house, or seeking female head of house for an all girls house. And for McDonald's, it will mean that anyone applying for a job will be given an equal chance and equal opportunity to actually get that job, regardless of their gender or orientation. The Race Relations Act I'll speak about is the act that makes it illegal to discriminate against race in employment, education, training and provision of goods, facilities and services. It's for Btec, so they cannot favour someone over another due to their ethnicity, origin or religion. And for McDonald's, they have to follow the same guidelines, so they're not actually allowed to sort of turn someone down because they're Muslim or turn someone down because they're white. It's everyone's given you equal opportunity. The Equal Pay Act, so the Equal Pay Act it makes it illegal to differ someone's pay depending on gender. You must pay both sexes equal in the same role, and it also affects the conditions of employment. So for Btec, they will offer both genders the same conditions of employment and pay rate. They're working at the same level of authority, so there's teachers, because obviously if you have a head of department who's male and a teacher that's female, they won't get paid the same because they're different levels of authority and responsibilities. And McDonald's will follow the same rules, so if you're a manager you'll get paid sort of more than a cashier, but no matter whether you're male or female you'll get paid the same. The European Working Time Directive it is a legislation that prevents you from being made to work excessive hours by your employer with the implications of health and safety. So for Btec they'll only give you sort of certain hours on contract a day, such as 8 till 6 for example, and although many teachers do work longer hours than this. For resident tutors and things, they do get given time sort of in the evenings where they're not on duties, or sort of they have certain breaks in between the hours that they're working. For McDonald's, they only make you work certain amount of hours a week, and this can sort of be up to about 40-50 hours a week, but they'll have to give you a certain amount of break for every couple of hours you work. The Employment Act of 2002. So employees on fixed term contracts must be treated as favourably as permanent workers, and this came into effect on the 1st of October. So basically, no matter what you do, whether you're on a sort of part-time contract, temporary contract, permanent contract, or rolling contract, then you have to be treated the same as everyone else. So you can't sort of treat somebody on a temporary contract with any less sort of respect, or sort of basically sort of treating them differently to somebody who's on a permanent contract. The national minimum wage means that everyone will get paid the least you can pay someone is £6.70 an hour, and for Btec College this will sort of obviously be less important because many of the teachers do get paid more than minimum wage, and McDonald's will pay quite a lot of their employees minimum wage with the possibility of gaining rises. And the Data Protection Act. So what the Data Protection Act is the main piece of legislation that governs the protection of personal data. So if a company has work on sort of any information on you, then they have to sort of hold that information protected. They can't just sort of put it out on the internet. For Shippley College, this means that sort of any work they do within the school or reasons for being fired, unless requested by another company, they can hold this information privately. And for McDonald's, they will do the same things. And the ethical issues for McDonald's and Shippley College is sort of, you have to ask the candidate the same question. So if someone's applied for a job, you can't ask one person a question sort of saying, how would you sort of find this role to help you later in life, and then ask somebody else a different question. You have to ask them all the same question to give them equal opportunity to gain the jobs. When being interviewed for a job, sort of, you can't be related to the candidate. So for Shippley, you don't want to have somebody who's applying for a job as a teacher to be related to the headmaster, or if they are, then you won't want the headmaster involved in that sort of recruitment process. And for McDonald's, the same rules apply. So if you apply for a job, anyone on the interviewing panel, anyone to do with your employment, they won't be related to you. You've got to have a gender and ethnic balance on panels. So when you're applying to Shippley College, you want sort of males and females there, so the sort of female interviewees will sort of not be intimidated by an all-male panel, and vice versa for male people applying for jobs and being with all female. They'll also have an ethnic balance, so that sort of they can get a full sort of spectrum of what the school's about. And then with McDonald's, they'll have the same process. So that concludes my P2 presentation. Thank you for listening.